guys, welcome to today's video. I'm a little bit squished right now because Leah stayed over after regionals, and so I put this bed in here and I didn't have time to take it out, so I'm kind of like jam-packed towards the window with a super wide angle lens, so it looks a little bit different and it sounds a little bit different. That is why. But I still wanted to film a May favorites video because this month I actually have so much food stuff that I'm also going to be integrating this new like section of the favorites video that I'm going to call like my favorite monthly meals, and I think that would be a really cool way to show you guys like which things I've made instead of just, you know, snacks here and there. I'm gonna show you guys actual meals that I've made throughout the month that ended up being my favorite or like a go-to or whatever. So before we get into that, we're gonna actually start with beauty stuff this month. I don't have too much, but I do have a couple of new products that I've never used before, and I've been using it throughout the month of May. So this is actually something that I have been continuing to get, and this is honestly one of the most like bang for your buck type things that you could possibly get. And the reason why I like it personally, and one of the things in there, or two of the things rather, is actually two things I'm mentioning in this monthly favorites video. So this is the Summer FabFitFun box. The cool thing is that you get like different things depending on like, you know, you can choose what you prefer when you go online and get it. So it comes with like a little magazine thing that tells you everything that's in this box. So I'm gonna quickly show you guys. For this one, there's like different sections of what you do like get in this box. So you can either get a makeup case or a beach towel, and in my box I got this really cute little like pineapple beach towel. It's been raining so bad here in Florida for like the last 2 weeks, so we haven't gotten any sun like at all lately, but when it comes back out I will be utilizing that. So then you either get this hair protectant spray or a papaya enzyme peel. So like you get one or the other, you know, like depending on what you choose. And this one is the hair protectant spray. I haven't used this yet because I just got the box, but it's a preheat styling spray, which I think is really cool. The good thing about this box, and what I think is really like beneficial, is that they give you the entire size of whatever it is that, you know, comes in your box. So instead of getting like a little sample or something, you're actually getting the entire thing, which I think is really helpful, because then you can like try out the whole thing. You know, you're not just like testing a little baby sample like for 2 or 3 days. This is the Tarte Glow Pro Highlight and Contour Palette. I'm not necessarily like a super big highlight and contour kind of gal, but I think that this is a really nice kit, and all of their stuff always smells like chocolate, which I think is really cool. Doesn't have like that weird chemical-y makeup smell, so that's nice. Then there's just a couple of other things in here. This is a sunscreen, a little coin purse, this cute little jewelry platter. I actually really like this. Not that I wear a lot of jewelry, but I just like these little style things. I feel like it matches the theme of this room, right? Like I could probably put it somewhere over there. This is actually one of my favorites that I am going to be talking about, but this did come in the FabFitFun box. If you guys do want to try out the FabFitFun box, I think I mentioned this in a favorites video when I got my last box, but my code is just Mander to save some money off. I don't make anything off of it. It is literally just for you guys to save money because I truly do like it. So it was really nice of them to give that code for me to share with you guys. But this little guy is the Foreo Luna Mini, I think. Yeah, Luna Photo, and it is basically like a vibrating facial exfoliator. If you guys remember, a couple years ago Clarisonic was like super popular, and it was like the biggest facial brush cleanser thing that, you know, was on the market. I actually didn't like it too much because I think it was too harsh for my skin, and the reason why I think this is pretty like just a step above the Clarisonic in a sense is because the texture of the little thing, hopefully that you guys can see that. It's a silicone feel, and it has really tiny ones and then thicker ones to get like in the crevices of your nose and your forehead and things like that. I'm sure you guys have been noticing in my recent videos, my face during the summer is just, it's a nightmare here in Florida. It is so hot and humid, and because I'm in the gym so much and sweating so much, I don't even wear makeup to the gym or anything like that. I just break out so much on my forehead when it's the summertime, and this in combination with another product that I'm going to be talking about in today's favorites video, I really feel has been helping my skin tremendously. Only using it once a day at night, and it just like vibrates every 15 seconds to tell you like when to change, you know, spots on your face. But I really like this one. They have different sizes as well. They have like a ginormous one, but I don't really feel like that's necessary, and I don't think this is too expensive on its own either. But again, everything in the favorites video will always be linked down below if you guys want to check it out. they don't have a code for this or anything like that. I just really like it. So moving on to another favorite, beauty favorite this month. This is the other favorite that I feel has really helped my skin this month. And this is the Murad Anti-Aging Acne Time Released Cleanser. I typically can't use really strong salicylic acid, and especially not benzoyl peroxide. I get like really rashy and itchy if I use benzoyl peroxide. But salicylic acid is usually okay in small doses for me to help if I do have any breakouts or things like that. And the reason why I went with this cleanser as opposed to any other type of acne treatment cleanser is just because this one was a time release and more gentle and for anti-aging. It's a very soft gel cleanser. It doesn't sting, it doesn't burn, and this is the only thing in my facial cleansing routine that I've changed. And I don't know if you guys can tell in this video, but compared to my last couple of videos, I think my skin is looking a lot better. And last beauty favorite of the month is a hair care product. This is by Matrix. It is called Chill Boho Smoothing Air Dry Cream. I don't typically blow dry my hair too often. I have a little bit of a loose wave today just because I didn't want it to be like super frizzy while I was filming, but I did use this in my hair prior to doing a little bit of curl, and I just feel like it holds my curls a little bit better, and it also takes some of that frizziness out, which of course, you know, because I'm in Florida and because the humidity is through the roof, that's most likely why my hair gets super frizzy and gross. And I have been looking for something to add into my hair routine once I get out of the shower. So I'm using this in combination still with the Olefica oil, still my favorite oil of all time. And it just helps because I always am letting my hair air dry, and I just feel like it looks like I literally stuck my finger in a light socket sometimes when I do that. So this has helped a lot and I really like it. And I wish you guys could smell, but oh, it smells so good. It smells like, it's a little perfumey though, so if you're not into like strong hair smells, you might not like this. Now, my favorite part of favorites videos, the food. You guys know, if you follow me on Instagram, I posted the other day about how I was cleaning out my pantry because I have this like horrible habit of going to the grocery store to like try things, you know, like either make a new recipe or try a new snack or whatever the new product is. And every time I do this, I end up just contributing more crap to the pantry, contributing more crap to the fridge, and then months go by and I'm like, I didn't even know that this was in there. So this month was kind of a lot of that. For whatever reason, a lot of new things came out this month, a lot of fun things came out this month, and I just had a freaking blast in the grocery store. All right, first thing on the food favorite this month, Kodiak Cakes, Power Cakes, Flapjack and Waffle Mix, almond poppy seed flavor. They have been coming out with new flavors lately. They've been adding new Muffin Mighty can things, but this one in particular caught my eye because I am a huge fan of almond poppy seed. I love anything almond flavored as well as poppy seeds, like lemon poppy seed muffins, all that kind of stuff. To be honest with you, I didn't have high hopes or expectations for this product because their new Power Cakes peanut butter flavor was a bit dry in my opinion, and I was kind of like let down by that, so I wasn't really expecting too much from this little guy. But let me tell you, this has become my absolute favorite Kodiak Cakes flavor of all time. It's not too overpowering in the almond flavor because I know like almond extract can be like a bit much if you're not used to it, but it's just the right amount, and for whatever reason, for the pancakes anyway, you don't need to add any extra anything to this mix. All you have to do is add cold water and it's perfect. It makes the perfect fluffy pancakes. Same macros as always if you're curious, for 53 grams. 3 grams of fat, 31 carb, and 14 protein for the serving. So absolutely love Kodiak Cakes. They're one of my all-time favorites, but this flavor just takes it to a whole nother level. Second food favorite of the month. This is kind of a cheat because I only actually tried these once in the month of May, but then once I got more of them, oh my God, what is that? So these are the lesser evil snack popcorn things. They have so many different flavors that I didn't even know they had, but this one in particular that I'm mentioning this month is the sweet and salty flavor. Not only does it taste like a mix of kettle corn popcorn, like the sweet popcorn, but then regular butter popcorn. It's so great and macro friendly and has like hardly any ingredients, so that's always a plus for me. The macros for 2 cups, which which is actually a lot for popcorn, obviously, because it's so light. 3 grams of fat, 19 carb, and 2 protein. This would be a great snack, especially if you are on lower macros or anything like that, but these are going to become a new staple in my snack cabinet, I can tell you that much. Next up on the food favorites are these little hidden gems that caught my eye at the grocery store at the last minute. I threw them in on a whim, and I feel like anytime I've ever done that, I've been so glad that I did it. These are the Good Food Made Simple Original Pancake Puffs. Now, if you've ever been to like a French bakery or a French cafe and you've had like really thick Belgian pancakes that are made with probably like 1,000,000 pounds of butter, they're so good. And they just have like this buttery like richness. I don't even know how to explain it, but it's just so good. When I saw these, I thought these were gonna be like just regular, you know, pancakes that I could pop in the microwave or something really quickly if I needed to. I don't know, I'm always coming up with random excuses to buy food. But the macros for them are really good as well. For 51 grams, which is 6 pancake bites, 9 fat, 15 carb, and 3 protein, 160 milligrams of sodium. So it doesn't really have too many carbs, which is kind of nice, maybe like on a lower carb day, or some people who may not have a lot of macros to work with, still having like that pancake feel, whereas, you know, something like Kodiak cakes, which has 30 some carbs, this is half the carbs, but it does have a little bit more fat. And I'm gonna assume that that's because it's made with some type of butter. Trust me when I tell you, these little guys taste exactly like the French Belgian pancakes puffed with butter. I don't know. Trust me, you'll love them. I guess we can consider this one of my favorite meals that I had this month. I'll put the picture right here. It was just a regular veggie egg white scramble, but then I had these on the side and it was just so good. It was simple, it was good, it was filling, and I highly recommend that you guys try these out. They do also have a banana flavor that I haven't been able to try, and from their website, what I saw was they also have toaster waffles, so I might have to try those soon after I finish the other waffles, of course. So this is gonna be another meal favorite of the month, but featuring these guys, alfresco apple maple chicken sausage patties. These, I really like anything like meat-wise that has maple. I like that sweet and savory combination, as you guys probably know at this point, but I wanted to create kind of like a macro-friendly egg McMuffin or something similar to those Dunkin' Donuts breakfast sandwich patties. And so I created that. I'll put the picture right here. I did find these at Publix, but I'm sure that if you just go to the Alfresco website and you put in your zip code, find a store locator, this is the only place that I've seen them here locally in South Florida is Publix. So keep that in mind. I guess we're just moving into the favorite meals that I've made this month. It's kind of cool because when I do that, when I try out like different meals or different snacks and stuff, I end up finding things or portions of the meals that I liked because of that. This is actually an oldie but a goodie. When I first got into CrossFit and I competed at the Crush Games, Perfect Bar had a booth, and you know, that was back in like the paleo days and everything was like, you know, super paleo, cool if you did CrossFit. I tried these Perfect Bars and I was obsessed. I think I literally ate one every day for like a year straight until I couldn't even look at them anymore. It was like one of those things. So I haven't had these in quite some time. A couple of weeks ago, they were like 2 for $4 on sale or something at Publix or Target. And I just grabbed it because I noticed that they came out with some new flavors and I'm like, let me try to rekindle this relationship. So I got the dark chocolate chip peanut butter Perfect Bar. I love that you can taste the honey as a sweetener in this bar, and it's just a lot softer. When you compare this to something like an RX bar is really, really chewy, and this is not at all. This is definitely a more dense, filling, and like super, super high fat bar. That being said, this may not be the best option for somebody who is cutting or for someone who does have lower macros, because this entire bar, like I could create a steak meal out of it. So for the whole bar, it is 19 grams of fat, 25 carb, and 15 protein. But the meal or snack meal that I have created with half of this bar, I will show you guys. It was a yogurt type bowl with the blueberry cashew one and some RX bar nut butter that they just came out with, which is also very delicious. And it just made like the perfect high protein, you know, really filling snack. And I'll definitely be utilizing that more in the upcoming months, you know, now that it's summertime. Just having like a nice cold yogurt snack in the middle of the day was awesome. Okay, last 2 food favorites. This is another variation of a previous favorite that I've talked about. This is the Green Giant's Veggie Tots. These are the sweet potato cauliflower mixture. These are so damn good. You could legitimately eat the whole bag of them in one sitting for sure. Macros for 6 pieces, which is definitely the downside for this because the cauliflower tots are 140 gram serving, where this is an 85 gram serving. And the macros and the cauliflower only ones are obviously a lot less because there's not the carbs from sweet potatoes. For these, 5 grams of fat, 24 carb, and 2 grams of protein. So they're just really fun and they're really just yummy, and I like to make them in the air fryer so they get nice and crispy, and then you dip them in ketchup and it's just like, yes, they're so good. I paired this with the burger that I made in my Memorial Day Murph video. If you guys didn't see that, I'll put the link to it up here. And that was another meal favorite this month as well, was that burger. Oh my gosh, with the fried egg and the guac. Done. It was so good on the pretzel bun. Oh my gosh. And you know, I have to end the food favorites video with a dessert favorite. And this is the Ben & Jerry's non-dairy cinnamon bun flavor. I can't. All of these new different ice cream companies are trying to come out with, you know, light ice creams, and they're definitely good for the macros, but nothing will ever compare to Ben & Jerry's. Now, obviously, you guys know I'm lactose intolerant, I have IBS, so I really can't enjoy Ben & Jerry's for real. And I've also kind of picked out the chunks in here because I'm like a chunk digger. But this ice cream has so many, oh wait, you can see one. Look at this. This is an actual piece of cinnamon dough. Oh my gosh, it's so good. Like, if you are somebody that really enjoys snickerdoodle flavors, vanilla, cinnamon, honey, this is gonna be right up your alley. Obviously, of course, it's, as a positive, it's non-dairy for those of you who have trouble digesting dairy or who are lactose intolerant. The cool thing is too, which I never really thought about until I looked at the nutrition label for this one, but the serving size for this is 104 grams. And the serving size for Halo Top or Arctic Zero or the other one is like 60 or 70 grams. Even though this is 13 grams of fat with 35 carb and 2 protein, really the only difference is that this is not full of protein like Halo Top or the other one. I forget why I'm drawing a blank on the other one, Enlightened. Because if you cut this in half and make it the same serving size as Halo Top, it would only be like 6 grams of fat, 17 carbs, and then 1 protein. So the only thing you're lacking here is protein, and for the taste, it's worth it. It is so worth it. Trust me when I tell you this flavor is on point. This one and the peanut butter dough is really good, which I think I mentioned to you guys in my last favorites video, but of course they came out with a new one, so I was like, I'm gonna try it. To finish out, I wanna share with you guys a couple of my favorite meals. I don't know if some of you, may not follow me on Instagram, or sometimes you don't see them in my stories. My Instagram is the same as my YouTube. It's Simply Mander, and I do have a highlight on my story reel thing of different foods that I've created, but it is getting kind of long because obviously you guys know how much I like to cook and make different meals. I'm gonna share with you a couple of my favorite meals of the month of May that I've taken pictures of, and I wanted to show them with you guys here. So the first one is kind of just an interesting creation, and I just threw it together because I needed a little bit of extra carbs and I was trying to get rid of a kiwi in my fridge, and I had honey nut Chex Mix cereal with kiwi in it. Some people, when I posted this on Instagram, were like, that is so weird, you should not be mixing that, but I'm telling you, it was really, really good. Next favorite meal was actually just another simple breakfast, and the only reason why I even like it and I'm mentioning it is because I made the mini waffles, and they were just made with regular Kodiak cake mix. This was just a buttermilk recipe, but I made them in the mini waffle maker. Then I had an awesome combination of grass-fed sirloin steak with Trader Joe's honey goat cheese, and the combination was just incredible. Initially I had put the honey goat cheese on the sweet potato, but then I was like, I bet that would be really good on the steak, and so I dipped the steak into the goat cheese, and it was awesome. Then something a bit more simple. I did post this one on my Instagram for a Toast Tuesday. I'm like being a pretend food blogger these days. But this was just an avocado toast that I made on Publix sourdough bread with some fat-free feta cheese crumbles, some chili flakes, avocado, and then 2 dippy eggs on top, and it was so satisfying and so awesome. I've been trying like all these different toast combinations lately, and I've just been loving them. Of course, I mentioned these in my previous video about the tuna sweet potato cakes, and I'm 99.9% sure that I figured out the recipe, and I'm so excited to share it with you guys, but this is what the picture of it looked like. I know that it's on a paper plate, don't judge me, but it was really good, and they were awesome dipped in ketchup. Another meal favorite of the month was this summertime smoothie bowl that I made. I haven't made a smoothie bowl in quite some time, so I made one after my workout a couple days ago, and I used the John's Killer protein, blended it up with some frozen fruits like bananas, mangoes, pineapples, and blueberries, and then I topped it with shredded coconut, Alyssa's vegan cookies that they are at Publix, and I'm pretty sure they're at Whole Foods as well, but Alyssa's cookies is their little tag. They're so good. It's just so filling and just refreshing, and I remember how much I love smoothie bowls. And an interesting combination because cherries are now becoming in season as the summer approaches. So I put some cherries in my oatmeal with a vanilla Oreo cookie and some sprinkles, and the combination was so good. I don't think I've ever put an Oreo in my oatmeal before, but it was on point, and I highly recommend you guys try that. Anyways, that is the end of this May favorites, fitness, beauty, food, meal favorites of the month. I hope that you guys enjoyed. As always, please let me know what your favorites are so I can try them out next month and buy a ton of unnecessary crap that I don't need. That's where I'm wrapping up this video. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video.